All right, in this training, I want to talk about if somebody asks you what solar is going to cost, what is their average savings going to be, what is the payoff time of the solar. These are all common things that you're going to get while on the phone setting appointments for our consultations. So let's go through them one by one. But the thing is that the answers are going to be pretty much general. It's almost going to be the same response to these questions each and every time that they ask them, regardless of which one it is, because they're all very similar in what you need to say back to the homeowner. So the first one, what is the solar going to cost? I always tell them, well, the solar is actually going to be a savings for you. If you decided to go solar, you're actually going to save day one. So it's not what it's going to cost you, it's what it's going to save you. And that's why we want to come out and do this consultation with you so that we can show you here's what you're paying your utility company today. Here's your savings day one if you were to go solar. Here's your savings over the life of the system, which will be tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, all I need to do is find out number one, if you benefit, and number two, if you would qualify. And if you do, then we can come out there and show you down to the penny what you would save. Does that sound fair? So if they ask you what it's going to cost you, immediately want to deflect that and say it's not what it's going to cost you, but it's what it's going to save you, and then set the appointment from there. The next objection that you most likely will get is, well, how much can I save, or what will I save? And your response to that is, sir, ma'am, my job here is number one, just to find out if you benefit and qualify. What you'd save really varies home to home. There is no average because you may have a $100 bill and your neighbor may have a $500 bill, but you can fit 20 panels up on your roof because it's great for solar, and they can only fit 10 panels up on the roof because they have limited roof space. My pure job here is to make sure that you could potentially qualify for this. And then if you're open-minded to it, we just set up a consultation where we come out to the home and we show you specifically down to the penny what you would save. We'd show you here's what you're paying your utility provider today, here's your savings day one, here's your savings over the life of the system. That way each homeowner can be educated specifically on what they would save if they decided to go solar. I might also say something like this. I can promise you this, if you do set a consultation with us, you will save money day one and tens of thousands of dollars over the life of the system. So you can know for a fact if we come out to your home, you would be saving money as long as you have a bill that's over $75 per month. And then if you haven't asked that yet, you would say, do you? The last one would be, when would I own the panels, or when would they be paid off? You might get that question. And my answer to them would be, it really depends on what programs you may qualify for. I don't specifically know that. And wouldn't know that without looking at your utility bill, how many kilowatts you use, look at your roof and several other factors. So my job purely is to find out, number one, if you'd benefit, which it does sound like you would, because you do have a bill that's over $75 and no plans on moving in the next 5 years. And it also sounds like you would qualify if they have already answered the qualifying questions. Now, if they haven't, then you need to say, but I also need to find out if you do qualify. And if you do, then we can set up a time where a representative can come out there and show you specifically what you'd save day one, when you would own the panels, the warranty, what you'd save over the life of the system. They go into greater detail. I wouldn't be able to answer any of that currently while on the phone with you, just because there's many factors that come into play when you're talking about what the savings would be. What I can promise you is this. Given that you have a bill that's over $75, you would save on your bill day one compared to what you're doing with your utility provider today. You'd be protected from any future rate hikes with your utility provider. And over the life of the system, because your energy is being produced by the sun instead of from natural resources, you would actually save tens of thousands of dollars over the life of the system. What we want to do is we want to go over that energy savings proposal with you. That way you can be educated specifically on what you would save if you decided to go solar. Does that sound fair? Okay, so I never really answer their question, but I do answer it enough that they understand that I can't really go into those details. But if they do set the consultation, we will be able to show them down to the penny what they would save. And if they do set the consultation, we're not going to come out there looking for money. We're actually going to show them a savings day one. So I keep reiterating that over and over again, that they're going to see a money savings day one, that they're going to have protection against the utility company for future rate hikes, and that they'll save tens of thousands of dollars over the life of the system. If you keep answering in that way, then in their mind, they're going to be like, okay, well, maybe I should set this consultation to see what I can save. If it's going to actually save me money day one, why wouldn't I do this? So just continue to come back to those statements while on the phone with these homeowners. Pound it into their head so when they hang up the phone with you, they don't have buyer's remorse on that appointment. Instead, they go, oh, I set an appointment. I'm looking forward to this to see what we could potentially save. I mean, if this does save me tens of thousands of dollars, I mean, what a great benefit for my home, for my family, for going green and all those other factors.